So smartphone have been latest takes nowadays, and nowadays lots of phone changes. So I have also changed my phone after what a bit about 1 year. So yeah, I know it's a very short term for changing a smartphone, but I changed it because my old phone was just out. It was just crap. So yeah, I just upgraded my phone. It's the Galaxy A50. I know it has become pretty old, and newer phones like Galaxy A50 Ace has come out, and now it's on one generation old. And this is a long term video, so if it's the first time here and just forgotten, my name is Rahul. You are watching Gadget Freak, and this is my full review and especially a long term review of my Galaxy A50. So let's get started. So guys, here is the Galaxy A50 that I'm using for previously for the last 5 months or 6 months I would say, and this is a pretty good device. And let's talk about the stuff, the outer things. Just this is a white variant. You can also get a blue and a black variant. The white and the black variant is kind of glossy and reflects some colors, as you can see, but the blue variant is just normal blue, glossy blue. I have been using this case with this transparent case because it is a plastic bag, not a glass bag. It looks glass type, but it's not a glass, it's basically plastic. So I tried to use this phone for about 1 week without the case, and I got several minor scratches at the back at this place. I just put on the case. Samsung also provide with a transparent case just like this, but I changed it because the case had become yellow, and as I'm a student there is some mark of the blue pens that just make the case early and ugly stuff. So I just changed it to this one. It also has a bump lip, so it just protects the phone a little bit better. And let's talk about the phone. On the top we have a second noise cancellation microphone and nothing else. On the left side we have a SIM tray which has dual SIM support and also dedicated micro SD card. That means it is not a hybrid solution, so we can use both SIM and the micro SD card all together. You don't have to compromise the second SIM for memory expansion. On the bottom we have just the speaker and primary microphone for calls, and the USB type C port for charging and data transfer, and headphone jack. Yes, we still have a headphone jack in the mid-range price segment. On the left we have the volume buttons and the power button. On the front we have a approximately 6.4 inch full HD display. It is a Super AMOLED display and it's a really good panel. As you can see, I am just using black wallpaper, and the black looks inky black. In this case I am just using the launcher which gives a pixel like feel. So that's a different stuff, but yep, the blacks are really black. And on the back we have the Samsung logo, triple camera setup and LED flash. Let's talk about the camera. The primary camera is a 25 megapixel f1.7 26mm wide aperture camera with face detection autofocus. The second camera is a 8 megapixel f2.2 wide angle camera, which is a fixed focus camera, and it does a pretty decent job, but the colors are not as accurate as the main sensor. And there is a 5 megapixel depth sensor which is same focal length, and it does the stuff, and you can get some decent portraits. There are also some portrait effects. On the front we just have a 25 megapixel front camera which has also wide angle support, actually with a software support. So yep, it does the job. The main attraction, the main ISP of this phone is that it has a under display fingerprint scanner which is pretty good, and it has become good in recent days, but it is kind of just slower than the normal ones. And it's an optical scanner, and when the phone was launched it was pretty bad. It was not a good performing fingerprint scanner, but now after some updates it has improved pretty much. But last update in the November it just broke the fingerprint scanner. That means you just can't register a fingerprint if you try to register the new ones. So yeah, I hope Samsung will fix that thing in the update in the December. And talking about updates, this phone has got updating almost every month, every security patch, and it hasn't got any major update I would say till now. It was running Android Pie out of the box with Samsung's new One UI, which is pretty much fluid and a lot better than the previous Samsung TouchWiz and Experience UI. And this phone comes with the 3 or 4 variants of the storage, like 6GB RAM, 128GB internal storage or 64GB internal storage, and 4GB RAM with 128GB or 64GB of internal storage. I have got the base variant, that's the 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage. And talking about the what's running this phone, it has a Exynos 9610 processor, which is actually a 7 series processor, and it has a 10nm architecture. That means it can save a lot of power, and it is a octa-core processor. It has 2 sets of core. 4 cores are the powerful cores, that is A73 cores clocked at 2.3 GHz, and the 4 low powerful core for the normal task are clocked at 1.7 GHz, which is a pretty power friendly thing, I would say. Regarding talking about GPU, it has Adreno. It's not as Adreno GPU, it's a Mali G73 MP3 GPU, which is normally weaker than the Adreno counterpart, I would say. But you can do a pretty much good gaming. I have tried to play PUBG on this. It runs pretty well with HDR graphics, and you can also go up to extreme with the lowering the graphics settings to smooth as some kind of stuff. The games run pretty well. The phone becomes pretty warm, not too hot, but normal heating in this back of this phone. So that happens. It also has a fast charging support, but it's the Samsung proprietary 15 watt. Sad to see this in the 2019, but it's pretty decent. And the phone is running on a 4000 mAh battery, which goes through all day, I would say. So yeah, that's also pretty good stuff. And yep, if you like a pixel-like theme and stuff, you can just install the launcher, but also you can go with the Samsung's One UI launcher, which is a pretty decent and stable launcher, and it does the job. And it also has an inbuilt dark theme, which also does the job, and the darkness on the AMOLED screen looks really good because the blacks are really inky black. So yep, the phone performs pretty well. And the main question that is, do you want to take this phone after coming out of the phones like Galaxy A50s and even the M30s, which has 9611, an upgraded version of this 9610 processor, and even the M30s has a VFR 6000 mAh battery, with which will compromise the under display fingerprint scanner. Instead you will get a normal physical fingerprint scanner, which is a lot faster. And it also has a price tag about 14 to 15,000 rupees, which is pretty less than this. This phone costed me for about 19,000 rupees in 6 months ago, and the price hasn't got down pretty much. It has about 18,000 till now, and the A50s is even more, that's about 21,000. So considering that, yes, you can take this phone, but the update span of this phone will be a little bit less than those phones. But I would say, if that under display fingerprint scanner is not important for you, or even important, or even do you want to take a better phone, just go for the Galaxy 50s. It's the upgraded version. Or if you want to save a little bit of money, then you can still go for this one. It's a pretty good deal till now, except for the 64 megapixel camera, or the 14 megapixel, I just can't remember. It has a better camera on the Galaxy A50s. And just if you want to save some money and go with the back physical fingerprint scanner and just a normal AMOLED display, or I would say Super AMOLED display, and if you want a better beefier battery of 6000 mAh, you can just go with the M30s, which is a pretty good deal for 14 to 15,000 rupees. So that's it for now. Hope you like the video. Like, share, subscribe. Hope to see you in my next video. Signing off. This is Gadget Freak. Thank you. Bye bye now.